It's starting! It's starting! I should go get a sparkling water before the stream actually starts. But now the stream has started, so. Classic Human Boy starting the stream late. Dude, I'm not even late. I'm leaving now. I hope you enjoy whatever ad YouTube pulls up. Because I'm sitting on my own stream and you're going to hear it. Aw. The kitty cat came to say hi. Hi, kitty cat. Why hasn't the stream actually gone?
When I get really fed up with
Washington, I take a nap. I have a normal and healthy coping mechanism for dealing with Washington. What up, Cash, Olaf, Abby, Zero, a Fool? How are you all doing? I gotta go get a beverage as soon as I do my sound check. Washington, I take a nap. Boom, we're back. All right, Beerby, I'm leaving. Get fucked. Who is ready for some video games? Woo! Oh, I need my quiet mouse. Shit. It's all charged up. So I don't make as many clicking sounds in your ear. Oh, wow. We're improving the viewership experience. That's crazy. Why would we do that? I don't know. Alright. Kitty, you gotta find a home, dude. You're just kind of sitting right in the way. Jepadu's here? Okay. Jep. Have I been saying your name right? Because I'm putting a little extra flair on it because it looks like a French name, so I go Jepadu. But if you're like, no, it's Jepar Dwars, then I'm just saying it wrong. Ryder's here. And Jello. Who is this guy? Nardu! It's been a hot minute. How you doing, friend? Alright, tonight we have our weekly new player tournament. Only new players all day. Usually get some spicy builds, get some silly stuff. Probably not going to see perfect high-tier meta play, but we will see some fun stuff, some good shenanigans. And I'll go to bat for the new players here. Generally, new players in our tournaments would do pretty darn well on ranked matchmaking, like the Quick Battle Ladder. They're generally already solid. So, you know. A lot of people out there might be like, whoa, these guys are making a lot of mistakes. It's like, yeah, but, I mean, so do I. I just cast some of my own replays. And when I was going back to cast them, I was like, hey, those rat ogres are sitting idle for an awfully long time past Human Boy. You gonna move those or what? I had a full health wolf rat chase off like a goblin, like a normal ass goblin, shatter it, finish killing every single bottle, and then sit at the edge of the map for like legitimately 45 seconds. And I was watching it, I'm like, damn. Damn. That's pretty humbling. Alright. And I'm going with Jepadu. Let's do this. 4 rounds of Swiss. We will cast everyone's games at least once, and after that we'll start just grabbing whatever looks cool. We have John Cash versus Corvis Glaive. Corvis Glaive is a legend of the new player tournaments. His refusal to bring a caster is a curse upon my soul, but it is very entertaining. Usually he plays Khorne with a Bloodletter summon. And now it seems he has switched over to Skaven with Deathmaster Tzeentch. In tonight's tournament, literally the title of the tournament is New Player Tournament number 70. Hyseed is going to win. Hyseed is in this tournament, and he is going to win. Calling it now. Alrighty. For Mr. Cash, we do have Zatan the Black with his leadership debuff. Whenever there's a bunch of stuff around him, his leadership debuff increases. Then we have a Demon Smith Sorcerer of Hashit with Flames of Asgore, but more importantly, the Demon Flask of Ashok, which I don't even know what that does. That's how little I see that thing. Orc Laborers, Chaos Dwarf Warriors, 2 Infernal Guard with Fire Glaives, and a Skullcracker. Make up the rest of the army with some Hobgoblin Sneaky Kits and Wolf Raiders on the flanks. Cool, cool. Now, before anything gets kicked off, let's finish these armies real quick. 2 Warp Fire Throwers, the Teethbreaker Rattling Guns, Plague Monks, Clan Rats, Eshin Triads, 3 Rat Ogres, and Deathmatch Tzeentch. A very diverse Skaven army with some powerful anti-air of the Teethbreakers. Now, normally, Rattling Guns are paired with Howling Warp Gale as strong anti-air things, but Corvis Glaive, being a Chad, did not bring a caster of any kind, so he's just going to rely on straight-up missile strength as he tries to slow down the Lamasu with Suppressed and get a couple shots out. But there goes the Flames of Asgore. Will the Teethbreakers dodge? It does not look like it. Will it kill them off entirely? Yes. Yes, it will. They are dead as hell. As Warp Fire Throwers immolate the Demons with Sorcerer. Fucking Teethbreakers are just dead. I gotta see his value. Yeah, he has 1100 value. As he just dicks the Teethbreakers as soon as the game starts. Whew. Alright, good start, good start. Skullcracker gets in there and demolishes the Warpfire Throwers. It was doing so much damage before Zatan even jumped in. Rat Ogres are trying to help out a little bit here and there. They're jumping in, but the Skullcracker is janking its way through them easily enough. Now, Plague Monks are going to eat the Orc and Goblin Laborers alive. No issues there. They will slow down the Chaos Dwarf Warriors without having strong armor piercing. Ooh, but with Eshin Triads lowering the armor, that is actually a really cool tech piece here from this Skaven, so it means even the Chaos Dwarf Warriors and Infernal Guard would be pretty easy to kill in melee for those Plague Monks. The Skaven are clumping up a little bit on this front line. Zatan doesn't have breath attacks because he is not on a Bale Tauros mount. He is in Lamasu. That's what I was looking for. Deathmatch Tzeentch did do his Whirl of Weakening Blades, but he wasn't quite in combo with the Demon Smith Sorcerer, so it unfortunately did not make contact. And the Skaven are getting through the front line pretty nicely, though I'm worried about this back line attempt here. Enfeebling Foe is out from Zatan's Lamasu. Deathmatcher's having a bad time. Even gets Sadistic Snare, bringing his melee defense down to 2, as these 2 big flying mounts beat up on the poor Deathmaster, netted in place as he is. Hobgoblin Wolf Raiders are being annoying, getting rid of Poison Wind Mortars. And the Chaos Dwarfs take a pretty easy lead on the balance of power. Tzeentch is close to routing. I'm honestly kind of surprised he hasn't routed yet. There we go. Now he's gone. For the Skaven, their front line is still doing pretty good. They also have some strong flank pressure, but that's not really going to be enough when all of their range got taken out so quickly, and then even their Lord got sniped out. I mean, that's a lot of problems for a Skaven army. As the Skullcracker has been effectively trying to peel for these Infernal Guard who are running away from Plague Monks, who seem a bit confused. I love this one Orc Laborer trying to get back through the Infernal Guard. He's doing his best. Yeah, Plague Monk's doing good work. Skaven Flank's doing good work. Lord Snipe. Big ol' problem. Demon Smith Sorcerer lands back onto him, gets a charge attack off. Shatters Snitch. There's no way he comes back, but does he die? Or does he get off the field to safety? The bull is charging him, but so far he stayed alive, and he gets pushed all the way off the map. A victory for the Skaven, because as you all probably know, but just in case you don't, if your Lord dies, it is a worse leadership debuff than if your Lord had simply run off the battlefield. Man, that one Orc Laborer is still in... Oh no! They killed him! We followed him across so many, like, leagues. I saw that Orc Laborer go to college. So Zatan, with his leadership debuff from the Unending Cruelty or whatever, he has a leadership debuff around him now, and the Skaven already just lost their lords. Their leadership is extra bad. Things are a little spoopy here for the Skaven, though this could actually be pretty bad. Clan Rat Spears and Rat Ogre surrounding Zatan. Zatan only has 60 armor, as long as he's not that armored. So the Clan Rat Spears can actually get a lot of damage value out. Rat Ogre's gonna beat up on Zatan. Wait! No, 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 no! Hold on. Is he just fucking standing on the llamas? CA! CA, is he seriously just standing on it? Okay, there's a chair, but calling that a chair is the most generous use of the word I've ever seen. There's like a teeny tiny little thing. His feet don't even touch the ground. Why would he be that high up on a mount like this? Why? He would. Okay, whatever. Whatever, dude. I don't care. You need more bloats? Nah, dude, nah. Rat Ogres and... Oh, Flames of Asgore are going to end this. That'll be army losses. I was going to say Rat Ogres and Clamnus doing a lot of work, but it looks like this Skullcracker's coming in to save him, but it's the Flames of Asgore that do all the work. They do so much damage to the Skullcracker. Skullcracker's like, I'll save you, sir! And a giant fuck-off volcano erupts. The Skullcracker's like, oh shit, no! What have I got myself into now? Oh boy. That was a fun game. 2,800 from the Flame of Asgore caster. Hobgoblin Sneaky Gits did okay. Chaos Forge did fine. Infernal Guard, Fire Glaives did really well. Skullcracker did well. Zatan, he was around. He provided some support. For Corvis Glaive, Tzeentch got rolled, unfortunately, but the Rat Ogres did pretty well. Teethbreakers tried, but they were no match for a volcano appearing beneath them. Airstrikes versus Brother. And then Hyseed versus Pasha. Alright, we'll get some Grand Cathay in. How is everybody tonight? 1001 Airstrikes taking on Brother Advantis. Grand Cathay and Corn. Grand Cathay is skyrocketing back into the meta, even though literally nothing has changed about them. People were just like, oh yeah, they're really good, and started playing them. That is a Chaos Lord of Corn, by the way. Bold from Brother Advantis. Frontline of Marauders. I'm going to cut the of Corn because everything here is of Corn. Chosen with dual weapons. Exalted Bloodletters. 2 Minos. Neither of them have great weapons. Then the Bloodroot Behemoth and a Chaos Lord. I think he's just naked. Yeah, he didn't bring anything special. Pigman has everyone taking the drum. Yeah, he made him realize it's good. That is one thing that's very real about this game. Is there's some flanking furies. Anyway, something that's very real about this game is people will ignore something that's really strong for quite a while, and then like one person makes it look good, and everyone's like, "Oh, that thing's really good," but it's been really good for like months. Anyway, for the Grand Cathay build, as they are shredding some Chaos Furies who just got slowed by the Storm of Shadows, we have 5 Iron Hail Gunners, a front line of Jade Warriors backed up by Peasant Long Spears. We do have the Onyx Crowman ROR, a Zhengdu War Drum, as everybody's noticing, 1 Sky Chunk, and a Yin Lord with her slow and Ancestral Warrior summon. Yeah, I also like Dwarves and Empire a lot, but I feel bad playing them currently because they're very overpowered, but Dwarves and Empire are 2 of my favorite factions. Aesthetically, thematically. This is going to be a horrible time for the Bloodroot Behemoth, as he gets through the front line to cause a bit of disruption, but one does not simply disrupt Grand Cathay, as he loses half his HP on the charge. And I love how the Grand Cathay melee units haven't even had to do anything. They're just like staying out of the way of the Iron Hail Gunners. The Iron Hail Gunners light up this Blood Brute. They are going to take him down so fast, as also these Minos are also on their way out. The final charge of the Bloodroot Behemoth as he goes dancing his way through some of the Iron Hail Gunners. I imagine the other Iron Hail Gunners will soon turn to make him regret that. And in goes the Chaos Lord. He should be safe from these guys. They should get obstructed for like the hills and their brethren in the way. They shouldn't be able to shoot him too much. But the Blood Brute is running away, and the Minotaurs are also not feeling too good. Minotaurs got some decent damage out, but it looks like Peasant Long Spears have come in to take care of them. Peasant Long Spears are some of the best basic spear infantry in the entire game. They do so much damage. Oh, look at that balance of power! 2.5 minutes in, already we're near army losses. That is a Grand Cathay slappening. As Jade Warrior is trying to hold back the Exalted Bloodletters, they're getting very low on leadership. The Chosen of Khorne and the Chaos Lord of Khorne, the only two things that have any balance of power weight really left here for Khorne. Chosen trying to get in there. And they could do a decent amount to bring the balance of power back. I mean, they could cleave through a lot of this army. But with the Chaos Lord going to die soon, army losses will probably take them out. And then, of course, there's a second Ancestor Warrior summon. There's a Sky Jump that could still be shooting down at them. But yeah, that's going to be army losses because that Chaos Lord's taking too much damage. So say goodbye to your Chosen of Khorne as they flee the battlefield inevitably, as all Chaos cucks do. You hate the Steam Tank Lord? Everybody hates the Steam Tank Lord. With 1,001 airstrikes, his Lord got 0 value because he forgot about it. Lol. Noob. Literally didn't use his Lord at all. That's not true. He used his summon, and summons don't count towards the value. He also used his slow, which doesn't count towards the value. Gold value is the only thing that matters. Also, that Ironhail Gunner is definitely the one that killed the Bloodbrute Behemoth. Definitely. For Khorne, I don't think anything here got too much value, considering how quick the game was. Cathay is really brutal for melee rush factions to deal with. GG's. Sorry, I had a big yawn. It was alarming and scary. Hyseed, tournament favorite, best person in the whole world. Definitely going to win this tournament because he's Hyseed. Hyseed versus VM's Pasha and the Demons of Chaos. Kos is the only fun gunpowder faction. I think Chaos Dwarves are fun, but you have a point. I won't just be contrarian for the sake of being contrarian. Chaos Dwarves, when you just spam single entities, it's not as fun, but I like wide Chaos Dwarf armies. I think they're cool. But very well, what do we have here? For Hyseed, it's the double kitty cats of doom. Patraz Incantation of Righteous Smiting. And then Vengeance and Curse Blades for the other spells. We have the Sphinx Usef, very powerful. One who dropped Great Bow, Eyes of the Desert, Sporkle Stalker, ROR, triple Skeleton Archer, and then Skeleton Spearmen and Warriors scattered all around the place. For the Demons of Chaos, Exalted Lord Change with pink and blue fire. Then we have Nurglings, Pink Horrors, the Sour Guts, and Chromatic Abominations. Some Bloodletters of Khorne, including the Hellforged Host ROR, an Exalted Flamer of Tzeentch, and then some flying units in Chaos Furies of Khorne, Shrieking Skyrays. And by the way, like, I will go on record 1,000,000 times saying Exalted Flamers suck and you can fight me. I know a lot of the ODM guys said this unit's good, and then there was a brief time where, like, everyone in my tournaments was taking an Exalted Flamer, and it never looked very good. It would, like, get all of its ammunition off, and then get in a melee fight, and then go get some toast, and then rob a bank, and it would still have, like, less gold value than its cost. And I go, okay, what more could you possibly ask for this thing to do and still not pay for itself? Whatever. I don't care. I'm moving on. Exalted Lord of Change gets a cool pink fire off. Meanwhile, the Exalted Flamer of Flamerton is getting some decent damage down in the Eyes of the Desert. That is the most damage I've ever seen it get done. Another shot goes in. Dear God, it's so much damage. As Cetra rolls straight through the Nurglings on his big old kitty cat. And already the Exalted Lord changes down to half HP. You hate to see it. What up, Loopy? Tequila Sunset, how you doing? Anyway. Demons of Chaos getting some little value here from the Exalted Flamer, also trying to spam out blue and pink fires. But they are taking a lot of damage for their time. The Ushabti Great Bows making sure that the Exalted Lord Change cannot get his barriers back. And then whenever he does come in range, the archers punish him pretty heavily. But meanwhile, The Chaos Furies of Khorne, no armor piercing, but insanely high weapon strength. Just going to try and mob the Ushabti Great Bows, doing some decent damage, but the Sphinx of Usef plus some skeletons are going to try and peel. As skeleton archers turn to fire at the blob of Furies. And Chaos Furies are still very, very easy to kill. Their leadership is atrocious. Intentionally so, but it is still atrocious. I think I just missed an amazing Lamprey's Bite over here, because the Shrieking Skywars are hovering right over a bunch of dead skeletons. And the Eyes of the Desert taking a lot of damage from that Exalted Flamer. The bounce power is only slightly in the demon's favor. Cetra is still very healthy. The Exalted Floor change is most notably not. Both Furies are gone. That is 1,100 gold value off the battlefield. Nardu? Okay, alright. How much shit's on a unit that immediately does really well? That would be classic me. Nice pink fire up the Skeleton Warriors and poking the archers a little bit, just getting good damage out. Well, the Tomb Kings, 4 Skeleton Archers would have done a lot of damage to the demons, but they got taken out before the fight really started, so now the Skeleton Archers are having a hard time just turning and firing at Nurglings and the Hellforged Host and whatever. That's gonna get spooky. But Cetra's disrupting 2 pink horrors that also ended up on top of each other, so good disruption there, and the Sphinx of Usef will also come help out a little bit. Blue Fire should finish off the Ushabti Great Bows. They get a restore to heal them up, but between crumbling and the extra fire damage, I mean, they're just going to go down regardless. As the Exalted Flamer probably has gotten a lot of value. It has done fine. But I think this thing's 1,500, isn't it? So despite how amazing it was doing, it's still going to struggle to pay for itself after using all of its ammunition. Which is fucked up. I think a ranged unit is a good unit if it uses all of its ammo and gets like twice its value back, because you have to protect it for so long. That's messed up. So I think Pasha's been playing really well with it, and he should have like a ton of value. Anyway, Cetra and the Sphinx are still rolling through pink horrors. Ushabti Summon is out to probably rear charge the Sour Guts. But elsewhere, the demons are turbo fisting the rest of the Tomb King's build, man. Balance of power is now heavily in the Tomb King's favor. I am more suspect, but I can see where that's coming from. As the Exalted Flamers now had to get into melee. It's like 200 gold away from paying for itself. There's like 50 dogs in this game that are amazing. You can have one good cat. True. True! I don't know. I'm not sick of the giant cats yet. I get where people are talking about, like, single entity metas in general aren't that interesting, but, like, the cats have been so dog shit for so long. Like, let them have a day. This big old kitty cat still plowing through various pink and blue horrors. This Ushabti Summon is fake, of course. It'll go away. And a little more concerningly for the Tomb Kings, a lot of their support is going to go away quite quickly. One more pink fire down this double-stacked Skeleton Spearman. Ooh, actually, just an Exalted Flamer is going to shoot down the side and do okay damage. But anyway, if you could get rid of those, then you're just forcing all these single entities to sit in various demons like the Hellforged Host. If Cetra can Psycho Charge the Hellforged Host, he'll do really well, but if he ever gets stuck just fighting, that's going to be so bad. Exalted Flamer is a bit like the Ancient Sally. In that I hate it and think it's really bad. Yeah. Cetra is currently going burr through the Hellforged Host, but here comes the problem. If the Shrieking Skyrays can get around him and lock him in place, the Hellforged Host can actually get some one-on-one time with Cetra. That'll be pretty bad for Cetra. Comes a blue fire to lower his armor, make him weak to fire damage. As the Blessed Blade of Petra plus the Curse, doing a lot of damage to everything in the area. The Shrieking Skyrays are about to go down. Hellforged Host also not feeling too good. And while the Tomb Kings have lost almost all their infantry, they still have Sepulchral Stalkers available to shoot when possible, taking out the Shrieking Skyrays. They still have Cetra, wounded though he may be, and they have a full health Sphinx at Usef. Does spamming emojis like a plain cookie clicker help the channel at all, or am I just wearing down my mouse for no reason? I think you're just wearing down your mouse. The missile attack, the Ancient Salamander seems good too. Oh, wait. Cetra's dying while I'm watching chat. Chat, if I'm going to watch you, you're going to have to cast. All right, let me check chat. Chat, cast. Go, 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 go. Sally has terror and okay melee stats so it can clutch late. Why does he exalt the flame not have terror? It's a giant thing. I don't know, dude. Cetra and the generic lord pay the same for the cat. That's pretty wacky. That is pretty wacky. I have to agree. Oh, Blue Fire's hitting Cetra and army losses is happening? Chat, you didn't cast it! What the fuck? I gave you one job! Why didn't you cast the game? I had no idea what was going on in the end. Random screeching noises. Alright, alright. Kyle Lavelle coming in with another gifted membership. Gives it to the Phoenix King. Classic. I know you don't get to pick, but classic. Thanks, dude. Always hopping in, always donating those memberships. Like a legend. And once again, I'm terrible at expressing gratitude, so I'll just stay vague and shitposty in my response. Hey, let's go! Exalted Flamer actually paid for itself. It did do quite well that game. I'll give it that. I don't think it doing well in one game justifies it as a strong pick, but like, it did well that game. Good job, Exalted Flamer. Johnny Bravado coming in clutch with the actual casting that I needed. Johnny Bravado gets me. Alright, we already cast him 1001 Airstrikes. I have not cast any interface something Yist, which makes me wonder what the Yist is. And it's Corvis Glaive! And he's on his corn. And he didn't bring the Bloodletter summon? Dude, I don't even want to cast this game anymore. Corvis Glaive abandoned his ideals. Abandoned them. He sold out. He sold out, chat. Now he's a meta slave. Before you know it, he's going to be bringing mages. 1 sub per live I catch. Woo! Alright, what do we got? What do we have here? Hold on. Is this... Actual question. Is this... Oh, it's Quirky. Okay. I was like, is this, Why can't I remember his name? I think in my Discord he has a different name than on stream, but he always sends me replays. And now I'm getting so mad I can't remember this person's name. He sends me so many replays. Fuck, I'm a disappointing person. Whatever. I think it's MICHL and then a bunch of numbers. But he sends me a lot of Tyrion replays. Like a lot. So, his Spirit Incarnate is here through Quirky. Tyrion fully kitted out and ready for battle. A High Mage with Tempest and Apotheosis, then White Lions, Spearmen, Swordmasters of Hoeth, Keepers of the Flame, Silverhelms, the Fireborn, and Frostheart Phoenix. Alright, let's go. I'm here for it. On the other side for Khorne, Valkia, a frontline of Marauders, backed up by Chaos Warriors and Bloodletters. We have Minotaurs with great weapons, some are regular. A Blood Shrine of Khorne for extra melee stats versus the High Elves, who do have really high melee defense, so actually Blood Shrine is pretty good. Valkia, some Chaos Furies, and some Chaos Warhounds of Khorne. Swordmasters moving in to deal with the Blood Shrine, but the Fireborn are here to slam down some Minotaurs with great weapons as the Frostheart Phoenix distracts them, blobs them all up so that a rear charge in from the Fireborn can destroy these foolish cows, and they get turned into ground beef so quickly. Routed off immediately, and now the Dogs and Chaos Furies are in it as well, but on the other side, the Silverhelms do their best Fireborn impression, and they are not the same as they get worked and pushed off the map. Keepers of the Flame going to have a bad time as they're fighting Bloodletters. That is the absolute worst thing for them to be stuck fighting. They want to get out of there as soon as possible. Meanwhile, the Dogs are routing, and Chaos Fury's taking a lot of damage. Now Tyrion is almost done killing off the Blood Shrine. We do have a Tempest in to hurt the Chaos Furies of Khorne. Even though they're on the ground, they take a little bit of damage. But man, the Keepers of the Flame are going to die as heroically as possible. Now Khorne is winning this frontline fight. Something fierce. Chaos Warriors are going with their dual weapons, doing fantastically, but Tyrion hunting down the Blood Shrine, not going to let it go. He is getting into Demonic Stability Crumble here and there just for little bits, but the Fireborn have taken a lot of damage all of a sudden while I wasn't looking. It looks like the Chaos Warriors are actually trading pretty well up, I guess. Seems fine. So we need some more Apotheoses onto the Fireborn to keep them in this game. Meanwhile, the Keepers of the Flame are dying heroically. To the last man they stand. They don't go out like no punks. They go out like elves, which is like a punk. But I digress. Tyrion is putting the hurt on Valkia. Much better melee combatant he is. She will want to get out of here, and Swordmasters of Hoth are also supporting. And she is infantry size, so the Swordmasters of Hoth actually do get their bonus versus infantry versus her. Bloodletters are coming over to try and bail out the situation as they are leaving the Keepers of the Flame, but there goes the Spear Slap, and you're down the Swordmasters. Ooey, owie, should have picked Dowie. So much damage as the Blood Shrine is back in. It's done a little bit of healing up from Gore Feast, and all of a sudden, I'm not loving the High Elves' chances. They're looking a little sparse around the battlefield. But Tyrion's still whooping Valkia. If she can't get up into the sky, then this will be a big problem, as Tyrion will easily kill Valkia. And then the Khorne Warriors will be all like, ooh, we're scared, and we're dying, and they'll run away, and it'll be a whole thing. Keepers of the Flame, Swordmasters of Hoth are all out of here, as Tyrion gets swamped in Khorne bodies. Does he have a Sunfang right now? Because that would be just like a whoosh, just a whoosh Sunfang down the thing. Does he have a Sword of Khorne? Does Tyrion have a Sword of Khorne? Because the Sword of Khorne right there would also be pretty sick, too. Come on, get with it. Elsewhere, the Frostheart Phoenix and Mage and Fireborn rout off a random Marauder. Tyrion's just going to hold down the fort, and there's the Sunfang! Go! Sunfang! Whoosh! That was epic amounts of damage, you guys. You just can't understand. You can't understand. The Fireborn holding for now. Again, they need a lot of Apotheoses to stay in this game, and there's another Tempest to poke down Valkia. Does she ever Demon Shield up to block any of the damage? Tyrion might just want to turn and fight her. Like, anytime you can get good poke onto Valkia would be nice, but the Fireborn are going to do it instead of him. Fireborn pile in to fight the Minotaurs, fight the Blood Shrine, fight Valkia. All great targets. As Tyrion holds his ground for now. Could throw out a stand your ground if possible. The Frostheart Phoenix trying to hold down all these infantry. I'm a little worried about the High Elves' infantry killing potential. They did not bring any infantry killing spells, so could be a bit of a problem. Valkia was just a bait because she gets out to safety, leaving the Fireborn stuck in with the Khornites. Khornites. You're saying it wrong. It's Khornlodites. Whatever. Whatever, dude. I don't know all this nerd stuff. So the Fireborn are going to die. Frostheart Phoenix and Tyrion are going to have to try and carry, and they'll occasionally get Apotheosis support from this lady. Sunfang is pathetic. It's morale damage. Meat is murder! Sorry, where's Professor? I've never played Blood Bowl Worst Professor, but from what I heard of Blood Bowl 3, maybe I'm better off. The only hope for the High Elves is sniping out Valkia, and it looks like that is what they will do. Tyrion tries to hit her, but somehow manages to miss, but the Frostheart Phoenix will not miss. Demon Shield going to keep her safe for 11 more seconds as she tries to get back up into the sky, though that makes her a prime target for a Tempest. Tempest, as soon as the Demon Shield wears off. Mind Meld, Mind Meld. Get her. Get her with the Tempest. Get her. It's not going to happen as the Blood Shrine of Khorne gets taken out by Tyrion. There is one source of leadership in melee attack removed from Khorne. There's a Tempest! I was right. I was just very late, but I was right. As still, the High Elf single entities are going to try and grind this game out. I don't know how they killed these Bloodletters. Like, maybe Sunfang? Dragon Princes are back. Let's go. Frostheart Phoenix is taking a lot of damage from the Minos, however. It's going to be a bit of a problem. And Tyrion hates being the last thing left because he has this problem where he wants to get his heal, but if he takes too much damage, he's the only thing left. Army losses is probably going to hit you. So if army losses hits you, then you don't get your heal. And that's bad. Valkia at 1200 HP. Frostheart Phoenix gets in range and now can chase her down pretty effectively because it has speed debuff in the Chilling Aura. Sorry, the Blizzard Aura. And if it actually gets a hit onto Valkia, then it'll slow her even further with Frostbite. So Valkia is forced to land next to Tyrion. I actually think that she isn't going for Tzeentch. She's just landing in her own troops to force the Frostheart to follow her. So, nice job from Corvis Glaive. Frostheart does hit a charge attack. Let's not get another one. Do we have another Tempest? Tempest? Tempest or Apotheosis, either is fine. But you're going to have to use your magic soon because you're getting hunted down by Flesh Hounds, as I'm sure you're aware. I don't think that he actually needs me to tell him that. Valkia is still 900 HP, but is going to tear her out. She's not ITP? Okay. I guess Khorne's just not that scary, then. But other stuff is terror out, and Frostheart Phoenix has missed several attacks onto Valkia, and the mage says, fine, I'll do it myself, and Thanos snaps Valkia with the Tempest. Fine, I'll do it. Brings her down to 17 speed as the multiple slow debuffs. Frostbite, Tempest, and the Frostheart Phoenix's aura. Frostheart Phoenix does end up taking out Valkia. The Minotaur's getting real low on leadership as Tyrion tries to hold, but Tyrion is getting into that spooky, scary range where he can't get his heal if he's the only thing left, because of course he'll army loss. So if you're the High Elves, you kind of want Tyrion to take all of the damage from this point, and the Frostheart Phoenix to just chase stuff off, I guess. It's fine. Another Sunfang is coming any second. Now I'm going to go with 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Damn it. Alright, let's see how far off I was. I said it was going to cast at 32 seconds. Okay. Fleshhounds of Khorne are going to get a rear charge onto the Frostheart Phoenix. I don't know how much that's going to matter. They're demonic units low on HP who just lost their lord. So they're still going to take a lot of damage. And this is actually pretty good. Tyrion's not on fire, because none of the Bloodletters deal fire damage, and he is taking a lot of damage while the Frostheart Phoenix is still keeping up the bounce power enough that he can actually afford it. And then he's going to get his big heal. With a Sunfang down the line, yeah, Tyrion's going to be fine. Tyrion might actually clean this whole game up. Sunfang goes down, does a whole bunch of damage. Fleshhounds are gone. Bounce power is secure, so Tyrion, you can go ahead and get your big heal whenever, bud. Don't rout, though. I need you to not rout. You need to get your heal while not running away from the fight like a coward. Marauders are gonna rout. Bloodletters are thinking about, there it is! There's the big heal! And the Bloodletters immediately go, ah, fuck it, and just demonic instability crumble. They're like, listen, we don't want to deal with this. At this point, it's an infantry grind, so I'm gonna fast forward. I'll cast it at ×2 speed, but you're not missing anything. You're just missing infantry hit Tyrion for a while. Fate and Riposte is out, but we have the Chaos Warriors of Khorne terror routing away. Bloodletters still trying to fight it out. Frostheart Phoenix is taking a bunch of damage. That is concerning. If it dies, its debuff aura goes with it, so all these guys will get a bit of their melee attack and damage back. But still, grinding through that Frostheart Phoenix. Khorne is not giving up just yet. Bloodletter's getting good damage out onto it, and there it goes. But another Sunfang down the line gets good damage on the Bloodletters. Chaos Warriors are beating him up. Now this is where it gets concerning. Oh, but army losses makes it not concerning. Tyrion was taking a lot of damage. That army losses was a bit preemptive. You were early, they were late. True. Why is it weak? I don't know. Tyrion's weak. High Elves are weak. Buff High Elves. Phoenix Guard actually, despite getting completely surrounded by Bloodletters right away, they actually did okay. Fireborn did amazing. Frostheart Phoenix was really good support. And Tyrion with the 3,100 value casually. For Corvis Glaive, Valkia just stayed alive. Bloodletters did great work. Chaos Warriors Dual Weapons did great work. Ooh, the Fleshhounds of Khorne was 1,600 value. And the Minotaur is more mixed. Bloodtrend actually did pretty well too. Very good game from those two. Rest in peace, Khorne. Alright, people are sending me things. There's a replay. There's a replay. I accidentally just left my own cast. And then Hyseed sent me a replay. And then there's a replay. How far along are we in the tournament? Jesus! Alright, there's already people on round 4 out of 4. That's not good. Don't love that. Is that the same? Yes. Okay. We don't know who won that one. I'll cast it from this other person's point of view. And then Khorne versus the Warriors of Chaos. Wait a second! That's the same replay again! Alright, these guys fought twice. Whatever. I don't... Whatever. Have I not caught anyone yet? Pasha and Kash, 1001 Airstrikes and Fallen. I don't think I've cast any Fallen yet. Let's do it. Ogres versus Grand Cathay. That doesn't typically go well. Ogres have a very bad time against the faction with so many halberds. Faction with the best halberds and spears in the game versus ogres. Brutal. Alright, 2 grain gunners, 4 iron hills, a Zhengdu war drum, a front line of Jade Warrior halberds, a secondary line of peasant long spears. And we do have a Yin caster with her slow and ancestral warriors. On the other side, we have an Iron Blaster, which we haven't seen in a long time. We have some flanking Gorgers. And then a bunch of Nobbler Trappers, Iron Guts, Ogre Bulls with Iron Fists, and more Gorgers in the backline with some Sabertooth packs. And Scrag the Slaughterer. And he brought the most useless item in the whole game. The Cauldron of the Great Maw. I hate this item because it takes forever to charge up. It's never worth it. I hate it. Hate it! I don't know why it takes so long for these charge abilities to charge up, but they really do. Like, Scarbrand stuff takes forever. Scrag stuff takes forever. Ghost Summon is out. And Scrag's actually going to charge into it. I guess he's trying to charge up some kills for the Cauldron, but I don't know if you want to fight Ghost Halberds. Mr. Scrag. Sabertooth's charging in the back, actually getting good damage out despite the fact they're fighting weird ghosts. But yeah, Scrag looks like he's going to leave. He doesn't want any more of this. As the Crane Gunners continue to shoot at Nobblars and Ogre Bulls and the like, looks like the Ogres are getting tired of waiting. And one of my problems with the Iron Blaster is it's been nerfed so many times that its damage at a range is so pathetic. It can only really do any good damage from right next to something. Like, it needs to be a shotgun, which is kind of awkward. It's not really a long-range kiting unit anymore. The Cauldron is attacking the Vampire Coast. 1 overcast model with the Gunnery Mob and charges the Cauldron 15% activity. Huh. Alright. I'll allow it. Iron Hail Gunners also firing at the Iron Guts, and as we saw with one of the games earlier against Khorne, the Iron Hail Gunners do insane amounts of damage. Already an Ogre Bull Iron Fist is out of here. This Iron Guts seem to be following its fate soon. These other Iron Guts did manage to get into the battle, but then the Ogres are just going to throw in the towel, realizing they took too much damage. I don't necessarily disagree. I think... If I had to guess, Fallen Nephian probably saw how little the Iron Blaster was doing from a distance and was like, never mind. Because that's a very expensive piece that's central to your plan, and if it's not doing damage at a range like you need it to, because it's a close range unit, you might just be like, fuck it. Not my problem. Do Ogres have a chance right now? Not with that build, no. The Iron Blaster just sucks. Johnny Cash versus Pasha. Moving right along, because we have replays. There is no downtime. Just games. So we have Johnny Cash and Pasha. Pasha on the Cast Orbs. Johnny on old Nurgle. Don't see a lot of Nurgle these days. You see a lot of Nurgle's units, but on other rosters, you don't see a lot of actual Nurgle. We have 2 Exalted Plague Bearers, a whole bunch of Pestigors and Nurglings, including the Frolickers, Bubonic. These little regenerating bastards. Chaos Lord of Nurgle. Also don't see a lot of that around. With the Sorcerer of Nurgle following him around. Looks like you have Stream of Corruption, Fleshy Abundance, and Miasma of Pestilence. We do have the Angels of Decay. Plague, Drone, Death's Head, ROR. Very underappreciated unit. It is quite strong. So we'll see what they can do. On the other side, a very tough matchup for Nurgle traditionally, just because fire damage bad for healing. Hobgoblin Wolf Raiders with bows, doing a little bit of skirmishing. We have Bull Centaur Rangers of Grey Opens, Infernal Ironsworn, the Immortals, Infernal Ironsworn ROR, 2 Fire Glaives, Castor Warriors with Grey Opens, and Astragoth Iron Hand in the front line, with Flaming Sword of Ruin and Cascaded Fireport. Okay. I'm curious to see what the Immortals can do. Go, Immortals, go! Ogres DLC soon, don't worry. Yeah, that'll be hype. I love Ogres. I think they're very fun. Thunder Tusk incoming. If there's one thing we don't need, it's more large single entities. But anyway, I digress. Astrikos pushing back the Sorcerer of... Well, the Chaos Lord of Nurgle. That's how little I see that unit, is I always want to call him the Sorcerer Lord of Nurgle. Pushing him back already with the Bull Centaur renders, but those guys are taking a ton of damage. It's from the Angels of Decay getting good shots down into here. Fleshy Abundance already healing up the Chaos Lord, proving it was all just a bait all along. As the Immortals try and join the fight to peel off some of these extra guys, but they have Goblin Laborers getting in their way, as in come the grenades of the Exalted Plague Bearers. But the Infernal Guard are sitting inside some trees, so not going to take nearly as much damage as you would think. But man, those Death's Heads raining fire upon the Bull Centaur renders. Doing lots of good work. Nurgle is down in the balance of power. As with most healing factions, though, they're fine going down in the balance of power for a little bit if they can prove to heal up in the late game and be as tenacious as usual. As grenades and Nurglings trying to stop the Infernal Guard from getting any extra shots off. Bull Centaur Renders are about dead. The Immortals are fine, however, and that could be a problem. As the Angels of Decay land, I'm not entirely sure what for. So Bull Centaurs are trying to run away. Now they're actually routing. Chaos Dwarf Rangers shut down in the woods. Not able to fire too much just yet, but between the Infernal Ironsworn and then the Immortals, we still have plenty of front line left. Exalted Plague Bearers would be much stickier and harder to get rid of, but they're going to attempt it. Infernal Guard might die. Might. The Angels of Decay are getting into a skirmish fight with the Hobgoblin Wolf Raiders. They'll win, but I wonder if it's worth their ammo, and I wonder if it's worth their HP. Because I think you're going to need their ammo to deal with the various amounts of Infernal Ironsworn that are around. That could be pretty bad. Astragoth piling through these Pestigors, trying to rout them off sooner rather than later, and I'm getting increasingly concerned this Nurgle build just, like, literally can't kill 2 units of Infernal Ironsworn. Is Transmutation of Gold still bugged, or can we undercast now? You can undercast it, yeah. That's fine. Anyway, I got distracted reading chat for a second. Exalted Plague Bearers trying to hold on to their leadership as they grind through the Infernal Guard. Doing some decent work on that front. Both the Infernal Guard have definitely seen better days. It's Pestigors and the Sorcerer of Nurgle. Catch out some Chaos Dwarf Warriors to Grey Opens. Gonna push them away soon. Chaos Lord is rallying now. Where are those Death's Heads? Way off in the distance. Only 3 volleys left for them. Do they have Firewall moving? They do, so they need to turn Fire at Will off because shooting at these random-ass Goblin Wolf Raiders is not worth their ammo. But they do it anyway. What do I know? I guess I'm just a fool. Alright, that's pretty clever. Miasma Pestilence onto Astragoth just as the Sorcerer of Nurgle charges in. Sorcerer of Nurgle 40 and 48 stats versus 36, 50 now that the Miasma is reducing Astragoth. Makes it more manageable. That's fine. Exalted Plague Bearers doing their literal job description and just lasting forever. Taking so long to die, it's almost not worth your time to fight them. But Astragoth is currently getting soloed out by the Chaos Sorcerer of Nurgle. Very cool jump, bro, but you missed your attack due to various debuffs and whatnot. What's our Chaos Lord doing? He's doing just fine on his Rot Beast thing. Gives him armor piercing versus Chaos Orbs, where it's very, very nice. With that, his Pestigors do rout off one of the Infernal Guard with Fire Glaives. Still have 2 Infernal Ironsworn, of various degrees of health. The other Fire Glaive's not looking too good on HP, but plenty of ammunition and models. And Astragoth again gets Miasma of Pestilence just to make this duel a little easier for the Chaos Sorcerer of Nurgle. But Astragoth gets 2 huge hits anyway, despite the Miasma. Cascading Fire Cloak give them a lot of melee defense. 74 melee defense versus 40 melee attack is a little brutal. Alright, Chaos Lord of Nurgle still piling into the Infernal Guard. Now Nurgle is taking the lead on Bounce Powers. There are the Angels of Decay. They've been gone for so long. But they dive in now at the 11th hour to try and help take out Astrgoth Iron Hand. They're out of ammunition, though, which means they squandered it on some Hobgoblin Wolf Raiders. I will never forgive them for this, because there's a lot of heavy infantry that needed that ammunition. But whatever. If you win this game, I'll buy you a beer. Not you, the player. Angels of Decay. You hope CA releases a multiplayer patch sometime soon? Yeah, I think they're releasing another DLC, so they probably have most of their hands on deck for that. But the changes I would argue for in multiplayer are still extremely low effort, just like cost increases on a couple really annoying units. Astrgoth does finally get routed, meaning the Chaos Sorcerer can chase him off. Probably should do that. The Plague Drones aren't going to get good hits on him, so the Plague Drones need to be charging a lot of the Infernal Ironsworn over here, getting some damage out. Fecundity is healing these guys as much as possible, but when most of them are on fire, it's really not going to be that big of a heal. What up, Captain Tealis? Somehow we got a Flaming Sword of Ruin Overcast while Astrgoth was routing, so that feels legit. That feels like a normal thing that can happen. Is the Immortal... Oh, there's a Chosen of Nurgle? Since when? I swore everything was a Pestigore. Wow, okay, yeah, there's a Chosen of Nurgle. That'll kill Infernal Guard easy. Especially if you can heal it up with Fleshy Abundance of Fecundities. Yeah, okay, never mind. The Nurgle's chilling, dude. I'm not memeing at all. I swore that was a Pestigore because they have the same frickin' axe on their flag, so... I thought, oh, almost dead Pestigore. That's not going to do too much, but yeah, these are Chosen of Nurgle. They're doing great. Melee damage reflection, extra leadership just from the unnamed ability of the Chaos Lord, but yeah, they're going to finish off the Immortals. Those Chaos Dwarves can't fight for too much longer as the Chosen are cleaving through them. And there they're all routing. Death's Head's helping out as well. And Astrgoth is still technically alive. Technically. As he flees to safety. Army losses might hit as soon as he gets off the battlefield. Partially because he drops off the balance of power as like an entity that it could ever possibly come back. And then also these guys' leadership tanks enough that they might just army loss anyway. Army losses happened before he left the battlefield, technically. Hummus not recognizing a unit for the entire game. What a classic. In cars, I'm starting to think that you don't like me very much. Which is fine. It's your right to not like me, but I will ask you why? And what did I do? And why? Alright, good game by Pasha. Pasha is rising up the ranks of people I enjoy watching. Takes some very fun builds. Very creative builds. Hell yeah, Pasha. Good win by Mr. Kash. Also a very fun build. GG's. I have another Discord message. Who is it from and why? Airstrikes sending me another game. He says, don't cast this one. It's bad. Okay, then I won't, dude. Okay. Whatever. We just cast some Chaos Dwarves, so let's cast this one instead. We'll go back for the other one. KV gifted 1 membership. KV, is this because the Infernal Guard Fire Glaives were in the forest and I didn't complain? Is that what this is about? Hyseed versus Brother Advantis. We have some interesting units coming up, but first I have to keep roasting KV. What's the difference between KV and my mother? I love KV. That one confused me. It didn't even make any sense. Alright. Thanks, KV, for the gifted membership. That's very nice of you. You're a good person. Alright. We got Khorne of Hyseed versus Brother Advantis' Warriors of Chaos. For Khorne, we have Chaos Warriors and Marauders with dual weapons across the front line. Minotaurs, 1 Throwing Axe? Yes. 1 Throwing Axe, 1 Mino. Double Soul Grinder and Scarbrand. Double Soul Grinder. On the other side, for Chaos, we have Chaos Knights, 4 Warhounds with Poison, frontline of basic Marauders, a Metalcaster with Final Trans and Searing Doom, the Weird Spawn, and a Mulith Vortex Beast with Valky up in the sky. You don't see a lot of Mulith Vortex Beasts in the world. So that's good. Abby, you're dying, not from the joke. Don't die? Don't die. We don't want you to die. Don't do it. Stay alive. In comes the final transmutation. It appears it is undercast onto these Minotaurs and random Marauders. Probably should save that for the Soul Grinders and Scarbrand. That'll be a bit of an issue, but Valkia is actually kicking Scarbrand in the teeth. And she goes, I'm the chosen of Korn. And he's like, no, I am, but he kicked me out because he doesn't love me right now. But, like, when I re-earn his love, then I will be. As Scarbrand is getting worked! No, Scarbrand, no! He's down to below half HP and falling as the Soul Grinder currently messes up some dogs and some cav, but Scarbrand is all alone. Elsewhere, Korn's doing pretty good. They're catching some of these dogs napping a little bit, and the Soul Grinder is shooting its cannon at the Mutal Vortex Beast as if its cannon does anything. I do find that adorable. Scarbrand throws out a Rampage just in desperation as he starts to fall back towards his Chaos Warriors, but the Weird Spawn are here to maybe intercept him on his way out. The Rampage will actually draw them further in, and he keeps trying to run away graciously. Mutal Vortex Beast continuing to drain down everything around it. The Minotaurs and the Chaos Marauders that were doing battle with such a beastie. Not feeling too good right about now. One might even say that the funk is so rubber. Check it out now. 90s kids will get it. Anyway, Chaos Knight still fighting the Soul Grinder. Looks like the Soul Grinder is getting a slightly better edge on that HP trade. Slightly. And this Chaos Sorcerer of Metal got routed somehow as the Soul Grinder tries to claw him in the face, somehow misses while the Mutalith Vortex Beast is starting to run these guys down from behind. Once again, it will keep draining down these forces, and someone's going to have to do something with this giant monstrosity from the void. The dogs of the Warriors of Chaos will start to become useful as more and more Marauders start routing. The dogs can swoop them up on the outer edges and do well there as Scarbrand rampages himself with Wrathful Reaper. 1.1k weapon strength as he slams the Mutal Vortex Beast with a hit. Another huge hit. He is taking this thing down so fast. And it went from like full HP to dead. Look at that lagging health bar where it just shows how much damage it's taken recently. It was like the entire health bar was taken recently. The Scarbrand all of a sudden rockets up to 2,000 value and he turns on to Valkia. The Soul Grinder already netted her in place. And Scarbrand decided to start playing this video game. For the whole first half of the battle, he was getting his shit kicked in, like, consistently. And now he's just slamming everything that he comes in contact with. As he gets more hits onto Valkia. Jesus Christ, dude, calm down. Throws out a Rampage onto everybody. As he gets more kills, I wouldn't be shocked to see a Sword of Korn in here just to flex on him. Because, I mean, Korn's gotten a good amount of kills. They might have a sword. Yeah, they gotten 600 kills, so who knows. But looks like he's not going to use it. Most of the stuff in here is, like, cavalry, which doesn't take that much damage from the Sword of Korn. But that game went from very even to one-sided in the blink of an eye as Scarbrand just put the game on his back. 2,700 value for him. Oof. Hey, here's your double grinder. Yeah, dude. Scarbrand is so sick. Yeah, I think after his last round of buffs, he's in a good spot. Where he's, like, not super meta and, like, toxic. Because you never want to see a single entity do this stuff every game. But then when you do see him and he does well, it's fun. So Scarbrand's in a healthy spot right now. I like him. 3,200-ish value for him as the game is going to wrap up. Army losses hit. We're just waiting for the weird spawn to die. No, it's GG. Hyseed, I would try it and agree that it was a fun game, but you didn't Sword of Korn, so any Korn game without a Sword of Korn is a bad Korn game. He got buffs? Yeah, I think, didn't he get a cost reduction and a leadership buff? Anybody remember what buff Scarbrand got? Not recently, because there hasn't been a patch recently. There was a campaign patch! No one cares about that. Not on this channel. Okay, that's too harsh. That's too harsh. People care about that, but not what I'm talking about. Yeah, he got a buff either in the patch before 5.1 or during 5.1, but I think it was before. He got indirectly buffed from the Rampage mechanic got changed. Oh, that's it. Yeah, Olaf is right. So when Rampage got changed, all of a sudden Scarbrand was an AoE net. And that was pretty sick. I also feel like he got some animation changes so he's not nearly as clunky and awkward. Because he can actually hit foot characters now, which on release he literally couldn't. He would just swing past them all the time. Round 4 is finishing up. No way. This is impossible. Alright, sorry. I gotta do tournament admin things. Airstrikes and Quirky Girl. This is unheard of. Hyseed didn't win every single game. He might lose! The fuck? Okay, it's fine. We'll rally. Man, a lot of Chaos Dwarves tonight, guys. Alright, we'll do a Chaos Dwarf game, then we'll do a not Chaos Dwarf game, then we'll do a Chaos Dwarf game. Sounds good? Sounds good. Brother Advantis versus Hyseed again. This time, Chorfs versus Warriors of Chaos. Warriors of Chaos got played twice, but by each player. Are you doing a campaign stream of the DLC drops? Like, maybe in addition to multiplayer content, but I'm always a multiplayer guy first. Because, like, I mean, one, I just enjoy multiplayer so much. And campaign is very fun. I have never had anything against Warhammer campaigns. But I'm a multiplayer guy first. Because I think their campaigns are super great. But also, when I play campaign, I play it really chill. And just kind of do whatever I feel like doing. I'm not very good at min-maxing in the campaign, and some people don't really want to watch that because they're like, why would I watch this guy just like casually play this campaign? I don't know. Like, I'm big on memeing. Like, I'll get Queek and Ska and then an 18 stack of Gold Chevron Storm Vermin and no caster and just like have fun with it. So, yeah. Like, maybe. If I'm doing a lot of streaming and I have time, I'll do a campaign stream, but I'll always prioritize getting all the multiplayer content I want out first. Because there's your try-hard content, there's try-hard content, and then there's silly content. And then after that, I would move to campaign. The Soul of Damnation Hell Cannon is having to fight the Soul of Damnation Hell Cannon and a regular Hell Cannon, so the Chaos Dwarves are feeling a little betrayed as some of the other Chaos Dwarves are fighting against them, and 2 versus 1 is not going well for the Soul of Damnation, which is now dead. For the Chaos Dwarves, otherwise, we do have some Hobgoblin Wolf Raiders with bows, the Granite Guard Blunderbusses, plus 2 more Chaos Dwarf Blunderbusses, and the Infernal Guard Fire Glaives. We have some Orc Laborers and Chaos Dwarf Warriors as well. A Bull Centaur Torah hero, Gorda's Backstabber, and Astragoth Iron Hand moving up with, what is that? Mechanical Overdrive and Stone Mantle. He only brought his Hellhammer for spells. Single player is boring if you constantly min-max, though. That is true, like, on an individual level. I just don't I don't know many people want to watch a stream of someone just having some fun and not, like, actually being better than them at what they're doing. Like, I don't know. Maybe that's just my viewing preferences, but I wouldn't see the point in watching someone do that, so then I don't usually stream it. Anyway, on the other side, we have 5 Marauders with great weapons. We have 4 Chaos Trolls, double Hell Cannon, a Sorcerer of Nurgle with Flesh Abundance and Stream Corruption, and then Kolek, Mother Flippin' Sun Eater. Maybe a versus campaign, like Geld versus Rat. Yeah, we've done some. We've even done some multiplayer campaigns with the Discord. I should get back into those. I just got busy with moving and the new job and then the wedding, but those were very fun. Because then I was memeing around with, like, Boojilicious and the boys. The front lines have collided. The Chaos Dwarves are already quite down in the balance of power. Their fortunes could turn if they find a way to get onto those 2 Hell Cannons and take them both out, but that is looking suspect at the moment, as the Hell Cannons are punishing various Chaos Dwarf blobs that are forming. Chaos Dwarf Blunderbuss is trying to get in range and shoot, but they are obstructed by their own men. Can't see the trolls in front of them, which is a little unfortunate. And Astragoth is actually managing to hold Kolek in place so that some of the Infernal Guard Fire Glaives can get good shots onto him, but Kolek is currently bodying Astragoth, and Kolek does have the backup of Fleshy Abundance if he needs it, while Astragoth only gets the health that he gets, which is a bit unfortunate. Some of the Blunderbusses are getting shots off onto the Trolls now that their own front line has routed. Blunderbusses can actually see some stuff, but it's looking like it's too little too late, as army loss is going to hit soon. If Kolek hits Astragoth one more time, that probably causes army losses. So let's see. Let's see if I was right. Bop him. Bop his ass. He missed. He's got to get a hit. He's got to get a hit to make the prophecy come true. The prophecy! Hellhammer's out onto the Marauders to try and buy Astrgoth a bit more time, but Kolek does not want to see the prophecy fulfilled. He wants to make me look like an asshole. And so he shall. As he's falling back towards the Bull Centaur Toruk. Oh, he's probably going to pop his buffs and bop this guy. Our battle is supposed to be legendary. It lies. 1 second. We have a Fleshy Abundance coming out, and that might trigger army losses, because Kolek is getting a heal and he's a very expensive big boy. I'm sad that he didn't get to have his final duel with Astrgoth Ironhand, but whatever, dude. It's fine. I guess I'll just be sad. As instead he's going to take it to the Bull Centaur Toruk, who is distracted by Chaos Trolls, didn't even see it coming, and gets absolutely slaughtered by Kolek. Kolek just rolls up behind him and completely dicks it. That's too funny. Alright, that's army losses. And Airstrikes, don't get ahead of yourself. Quirky Girl still is 3-0. Quirky Girl could take it. And by take it, I mean tie you. If they beat Bongo. Your fate, Airstrikes, lies in the hands of Bongo. 867. 8675309. Not a real phone number, by the way. If you try to call it, you don't get anybody. Pretty quick game, so the values are going to be rather lopsided. Oof, those Hell Cannons. Hell Cannons and Kolek are doing a lot of work. There's one game left in the actual tournament. We're casting replays, so we're behind the real players. We're behind the real players, but we'll get there. Didn't hear the literal mountain coming up behind him. What do you think of CA releasing 2 greenskin units out of blue? We may get more of that down the road. It's cool. I'm not against it. I don't see what the point was. Like, not in a negative way. I don't see what the point was. I mean, I'm super happy to get them. This is not a criticism at all. I just don't know why it happened. Where I'm like, wait, you have a greenskin DLC coming out. And again, this is a good thing. But you have a greenskin DLC coming out, and you just released 2 units that I assumed would be in the DLC. Like, everybody's wanted Orc Spear Boys forever. And then they just gave it to you for free while there's a greenskin DLC being made. And you're like, well, now what's in the DLC? Because the only unit I felt confident you were going to put in there, you released it early. What the fuck's in that DLC? So, I mean, it's cool. Oh, Quirky versus Bongo just finished. We get to figure out if Airstrikes has a tie. They haven't updated the bracket yet. I gotta know. Can you show me? Enter the score, damn it. I must know. Because if Quirky beat Bongo, then we have 2 people who went 4-0 and there's a tiebreaker. If not, 1001 Airstrikes just wins by slamming through. That's the same game. Okay. I don't have to cast that game twice. Quirky Girl did win. Airstrikes, you got a game on your hands. Alright, sorry. Okay. We have our finals going now. I will keep casting replays. Congratulations to Quirky Girl and Airstrikes for a perfect run. Nah, replay. Still casting. So we'll catch that. We'll catch that live. Not live, sorry. We'll catch the finals. Don't worry about it. We won't miss it. After Cathay boxed me twice. Alright. We got a game in front of us. I gotta focus up. So we have Tzeentch the Imperishable on his horse, not on his big kitty cats. That might make some people happy. We do have one kitty cat in the Sphinx of Usef. Frontline Mehakara Warriors, the Skeleton Warriors, the Kepler Guard backing them up. 2 Tomb Guard with Halberds. 2 regular Ushaptis as well, and that is it. For the Dark Elves, a lot of focus fire coming in from 6 Dark Shards? 6 Dark Shards. This happens every new player tournament. Once again, I will just mention that it is a very chill atmosphere, and I am just telling you for the sake of telling you. I am not telling you because I care about it. Like, I'm not mad. But you are limited to 5 Dark Shards, and you took 6. Just a heads up. So, if you're playing in, like, another tournament or something, just cut 1 and go down to 5. But it is what it is. Anyway, 6 Dark Shards. We have some Black Ark Corsairs, Dread Spears on the front line, 1 Reaper Bolt Thrower, and 4 Dark Riders with Marathi flying through the sky. Power of Darkness, Melkoths, and Soulstealer with her Bound Doombolt from the Wand of Crydon. Rule break. Yeah. One of the Dark Shards is mucked up in the front line a little bit. Does need to back off while their brethren do a lot of damage. This Ushapti is already below half HP from the Dark Shard supporting fire. And Black Ark Corsairs can hold for a long time and trade up into Tomb King's infantry if they get their Murderous Prowess popped while they're still fighting. But sometimes what happens is their Murderous Prowess pops after they're already routing, and then it's just a big old sad time. Sphinx of Usef taking a lot of damage from these armor-piercing missiles that are thundering into him while he is stuck fighting, and Dark Riders are closing in like vultures around, well, I guess a dead thing, which is apt, but Dark Riders are closing in, trying to harass the Ushapti Great Bows, keep the Tomb Guard on edge, but both players dropping a couple orders here and there as the chaos of battle unfolds. These Dark Riders instead just going to rear charge over here instead of messing with the Ushapti too much. And there's the Wand of Crydon onto the Sphinx of Usef. Not a lot of healing for this guy. That is a ton of damage out. He only has 4,000 HP left, and the Dark Shards are still trying to shoot at him. Tomb King's frontline has gotten through the Black Ark Corsairs, who just now get the Murderous Prowess, so, like I said, sometimes they don't get it in time. Most of them are still alive, to be fair. It's just that the Nakar Warriors and Tomb Guard got past them. So, we'll take the fight to the Skellies now. Balance power's equal-ish. The Dark Elves are a little bit down as Marathi is stuck in the Tomb Guard with Halberds and the Ushapti Great Bows. Still have Dark Riders running around. Not a lot these guys can do against the undead hordes. There's no light cavalry for them to really spar with, and there's no routing units for them to run down, so the Dark Riders are at a bit of a loss of like literally what they can even do in this game. I liked the idea of the Dark Elf build. I would just cut 2 of the Dark Riders and get some more infantry if you're going to have that many range. And again, I mean, you can't have 6 Dark Shards, but the concept was, I have a lot of armor-piercing missiles, I have a solid front line, I'll hold them, but, like, his front line wasn't wide enough, so Undead got through the cracks and then got onto his Dark Shards and shut them down. So, I like the idea. I would just cut some of the Dark Riders, because they just don't fit. They don't fit the damage potential of this army, because what are they going to do? They couldn't stop anything from getting through into the Dark Riders. Sphinx of Usef's about dead. Keplerguard's heal cap is in sight, but we still have an Ushapti Great Bow with half HP. Sorry, half ammunition. Cetra's full health. We have 2 Tomb Guard with Halberds. And the Dark Elves just have some Dark Riders running around. That's pretty much it. Everything else is too damage for me to give a shit about it. Ushapti summon in the middle of the last infantry that were healthy. No! What rule break gets us Hyseed back? Let's break that one. I think that's called the tournament rules, where I just put him in the finals even though he'd have won 3 games. 2 other people won. I'm not bad, just disappointed. Jesus. And Incar's not going to let me live through it. There's the final Wand of Crydon charge onto the Sphinx. That should kill him. If not, literally, it'll just get him to crumble to the point where he can't rally anymore. Bop. And there he goes. Done. So what else is going on? Marathi's still getting shot by Ushabti Great Bows. The Dark Elves are scrambling for the last vestiges of their strength to try and rally up. Still full Tomb Guard Halberds back here. Don't know what you're going to do about that. Overcast of Melkoth's Mystifying Miasma, just a heads up. Spirit Leech of Melkoth's, overcast them just increases their range. I don't think it increases their damage at all. Yeah, it just increases their range. FYI. This Ushabti will fade away, making things slightly better for the Dark Elves, but, I mean, slightly is slightly. Temper Guard almost dying. We have some Ushabti almost dying in the background. That one fades away, but it's just as army losses happens. It is a Kemrian victory regardless. And the big kitty cat died. They said it was impossible. They said you couldn't kill the kitty cat. Kemper Guard and melee Ushabti doing a ton of work. So are the Nakar Warriors. For Pasha of Clan VM. His Dark Shards, mixed value. Overall, not amazing, as they just got shut down. Dark Riders had nothing they could do. Bolt Thrower, actually, despite being focused so heavily, still got a lot of value out. Is this matchup still Dark Elf favorite? With the Tomb King's cat buffs, probably even, or Tomb King's favored slightly. Slightly. I would bet on even, but gun to my head, I'd bet on the Tomb Kings. Khorne versus Grand Cathay. We'll put that one off unless we catch up with it, because there's 3 other matchups we haven't seen at all yet. So Chaos Dwarves versus Grand Cathay. Can anyone challenge the Grand Cathay box? Corvis Glaive trying it with Zatan. Still no caster. Refuses to bring a caster. Zatan and a Magma Cannon. For Grand Cathay, we have double Grand Cannon, double Crane Gunners, triple Iron Hill Gunners, a Zhengdu War Drum, and then a front line of Jade Warriors and Peasant Long Spears with a Yin Caster in the sky, Storm of Shadows, and Summon. The other side, Magma Cannon, something we don't get to see very much these days. 2 Infernal Guard Fireglyphs, 1 Blunderbuss, Chaos Dwarf Warrior, frontline of other Chaos Dwarf Warriors and Hobgoblin Cutthroats. We do have a Bull Center Render with dual axes, a Lamasu, and Zatan the Black on his Lamasu. So instead of taking a real caster, they took a Lamasu, which has bound spells. Cannon shots are coming in. Meanwhile, the Magma Cannon's also firing right back. Already gotten rid of 1 Iron Hail Gunner, almost in its entirety. But the cannons have done a number on the Magma Cannon. Can even get more shots off. Again, we're pretty lenient on the rules, but this is definitely forest camping, so Chaos Dwarves do need to move outside the forest with a large portion of their forces. Now, especially that the Magma Cannon is done, I mean, there's nothing they can do in this forest anymore, so they are going to move out. It seems like they just wanted to let the artillery duel finish up. And as these guys advance slowly, I will ×2 speed, as we're just going to watch these guys get shot while they walk up for a while. Dun, 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 dun. Storm of Shadows, overcast is slowing them down, but Grand Cathay making them clowns, shooting these fools all the way over here. There we go. Another Storm of Shadows out onto Zatan the Black as he runs straight into the Iron Hill Gunners and the Crane Gunners. He's taking so much damage. He might just die on the approach. Oh my god, he's gonna land. He made it to the ground without routing. Other Lamasu also disrupting the Crane Gunners as the Bull Centaur Rangers dual axes charge in. So things starting to look a little up for the Chaos Dwarves, but there's an Ancestral Warrior summon forcing the Lamasu to either take off into the sky and leave these guys alone or die a horrible, painful death. While Zatan does the horrible, painful death part to a T. Gets routed off as these Iron Hail Gunners and Crane Gunners shoot at him on the way out. 600 HP down to 500. He is going to shatter. So even if he doesn't die, he ain't coming back. Ancestral Warriors, in the meantime, getting the Bull Centaur renders very low. Also fighting the Lamasu. And the Magma Cannon's back! Let's go! It's getting some good shots in. My frame rate keeps stuttering, and I don't know why, and it's alarming me. Okay, we don't love it when we have frame rate stutters, but then Cannon gets another nice shot in onto these Iron Hail Gunners. Blunderbuss has got to fire briefly, but they're already getting pushed off by the cannons again, and why is my frame rate so bad? Army losses hits for the Chaos Dwarfs, and is another quick win for Grand Cathay. Fallen, yes, that is fine. That example you posed is fine. You can't camp in the forest, right? So when Corvis had his entire force just sitting in there while the Magma Cannon shot, he technically needed to move a couple things outside the forest, but, like, as soon as his Magma Cannon died, he moved out, so it seemed pretty clear it wasn't, like, bad intentioned. Like, he wasn't trying to be a dick about it. Wasn't trying to stall the game out by just sitting in the forest like you do in quick battles or something. So, it's just kind of a technicality, but, like, I get it. Alright. GG. Oh, boy. We have Mr. Kash and Hyseed, and then we have Interfaced Something versus Corvis Glaive. Dude, Corvis Glaive, all 4 of his replays coming out here. He still won't take a goddamn caster. Any idea on how to make Ancient Croc scores fit into viable builds? Sure. One sec. Okay, Ancient Croxagore? That's this guy, right? Yeah, because you're not talking about Sacred Croxagores. Okay. One, Ancient Croxagores are good against Skaven. They have a leadership debuff, and they have bonus versus infantry, which is really strong. And then the Horn of Kygor is fine. But let's make a more generalist build, not just countering Skaven. But Croxagore Ancient, solid against Skaven. Not bad. Okay, you can cut Monstrous Strength. It's just not really worth it. More bonus versus infantry is super specific, and 25% more damage on someone that doesn't really have that much damage is also whatever. I would also cut the Amulet of Itzel. Some people disagree with that. It's 100 gold for 60% damage resistance, so it seems nice, but it's a one-time use, and I just find that the odds of me using it correctly are pretty low. So personally, I would just do the Miasma of Despair and the Horn of Kygor. So now you have 2 rush elements, right? You have something that lowers enemy leadership and lowers their vigor, which also lowers their leadership. And you have something that buffs up your guys' melee attack and charge bonus. So you're going to want to get aggressive if you're taking this type of build. So let's take a look at casters. Probably just take a Skink Priest, and again, since you're rushing them, you're going to want a lot of spells pretty quickly. So I would take Beasts, take Flock of Doom, and honestly just Flock of Doom. Keep it cheap. Take Wild Heart, nothing else. Keep this guy nice and cheap and just spam Flock of Dooms on the front line that you're trying to get through. If you're feeling really spicy, you could take Wiston's Wild Form as well, but I would only take these 2. Any more expensive spell, and you're not going to get them to time up correctly with your rush. Like, your rush is going to get to the front line, and you're not going to have the Winds of Magic to cast, like, any of your fancy spells. Maybe, possibly, you could do Curse of Honor here, but then this guy might need a mount to get to one of the flank fights. So I would personally just do Flock of Doom. There's other options in there. Definitely go with Lore of Beasts. Lore of Heavens kind of sucks, but also it just takes too long to charge up any spells you need. I digress. So we're looking to get aggressive. That leaves you with the Skink front line. Unfortunately for you, Saurus are just too slow, like literally too slow at walking to even get to the front line, and they're slow grinders, so you want Skinks for your main infantry, and they're going to be supporting Croxagores, so at this point you're probably just Croxagore rushing. Could take 2 regular Croxagores, and the Court of Waddle is pretty good. Oh, I was wondering why my funds were crazy. I have to prepare for a 4v1 event, so anyway. You could take 2 Croxagore and the Court of Waddle. You could also just take a Sacred Croxagore and the Court of Waddle. But I wouldn't take 3 Sacred Croxagores. That's a little too much money. And if you did, cut the Court of Waddle and just get these guys. But I think you'd only want to do that versus demonic factions for the magic damage. But yeah, so anyway, my build would probably be something like this. So let's keep on with that. Feral Cold Ones after the price increase isn't that crazy, to be honest. But They're just not that great. If you're facing a demonic faction, I would get 2 chameleon skinks, 2 skink skirmishers to handle your flanks, just harass the demons. And if the demons want to flank you, they can get shot by darts for all eternity, and then you're flanking skinks and crocscores. Oh no, who cares, right? If you're looking, if not a demonic faction, if the enemy might have heavy cav, then you probably want Cold One Riders and Feral Cold Ones paired up. Just a lot of armor piercing and stats that could get buffed up by the Crocscore Ancient, could get buffed by Curse of Honor here if you decided to go that route. But anyway, this build would probably work best-ish against demonic factions, so let's keep pretending that we're fighting demonic factions. So what do we have? That. We have weak single entity killing power. Yeah, we have weak single entity killing power. Acceptable. Could grab some salamander hunting packs. But you need more flank control for that versus like dogs and stuff, so you would probably need these two. Cut a chameleon skink, downgrade it to a skink skirmisher, 150 gold left. I can't quite upgrade one of them into this. Yeah, it's whatever. So that could be something versus demonic factions, just because, like, in case you're fighting demons of chaos and they do a single entity blob, you really want the salamanders to be able to shoot in and do some good work. But the Golden Riders and the Feral Cold Ones in this type of build I built, they would stay back and defend your salamanders. The Crocsagores would try and rush the front line. The salamanders need to take down big things or flying things. But your Feral Cold Ones, Golden Riders can't abandon the salamander hunting packs. That's one way of doing it. Another way you could rush the demons, if you just want to pure rush the demons, you could go with, like, I just saw something down here that gave me an idea. Oh, yeah. So you have the Crocscore Ancient with his leadership debuff and the Miasma of Despair. You could get a Saurus Coldblood and just get Plaque of Dominion, put him on foot, and then he also is a -8 leadership debuff, and you can really get the demonic instability for the demons going. And if you want to be an extra piece of shit, which I recommend, you could do this. Get a Rev Crystal to heal up the Shredder of Lustria, and the Shredder of Lustria has another -8 leadership debuff, so just like wherever these guys go, they just minus leadership people to death. It's pretty funny. I don't know if that one's a super effective strategy, but it's very funny. So, if you're being more serious and just rushing the demons, that one you might want to grab. The triple Sacred Crocsagores, that's fine. I mean, even if you're rushing them, honestly, skinks are still good. Like, they just do good damage. And then grab... You don't need the armor piercing of Cold One Riders, actually. You don't need that at all. I don't know what you want to grab for your flanks. All your cavalry is pretty shit versus demons. Could go with flyers. Just get some Ripperdactyls or something. Up to you. But that's how I try to make it work. Hopefully that was helpful. You might be like, you cycled through a lot of options. I did, but that's kind of Lizardmen right now, and I don't think that's a bad thing, but Lizardmen are very versatile. They just have a lot of things they can do, so yeah, there's a lot of options with how you could play it, but it's not bad. 5 SEs? Oh, did I still have the Saurus yeah, you're right. I still have the Saurus hero, I forgot that. Olaf the Moose also saying the leadership debuff combo. Nice. Quick battle doesn't exist. Facts. So we got Hyseed versus Johnny Cash. Marauders and Marauders with dual weapons for this Coronate front line. We do have Scarbrand once again, another Soul Grinder of Khorne. 2 Minotaurs with great weapons. 3 Minotaurs with great weapons, and that is really it. For the Lizardmen, we have 2 Ripperdactyl Riders. Front line of Saurus Spears and Skink Cohorts. Some Skink Cohorts Javelins at the back. Double Salamander Hunting Pack. Double Bestowed Solar Engine. And Salon Mage Priest of Light with his Net, Chim's Burning Gaze, and Banishment. Is it bound or normal? It is the bound Banishment. Cool. Sally's get into range. Launch a bunch of fire at the Marauders of Khorne. Salamanders continue to just get some poke onto the Minotaurs. Yama, it is true. I am very toxic. It can be confirmed. Ripperdactyl's trying to rear charge some of the Cornate forces. Corn just has so much infantry here that are going to try and work their way through the Skinks, but Saurus will take a much longer time to break through. Saurus warriors ain't going nowhere. They are thick lads. Scarbrand's going to get netted here. Net of Amratok right in front of these Salamander hunting packs. His physical resistance is helping him a lot. Yeah, these are just physical strikes. So physical resistance helping him a lot. He does have 90 armor, even though it doesn't look like he has too much. Salamander's having a tough time really punishing him for this. But the Ripperdactyls plus the constant Bastilled on Fire has gotten rid of one of the Minotaurs. Elsewhere, Bound Banishment's hurting these Marauders of Khorne. But yeah, Scarbrand lived through that net with ease. He didn't take really any damage. Khorne's front line is somehow faltering already. One Marauder has gotten through. Some of these guys are doing okay up here, but down here is a disaster. All these Marauders are running away, and the center is also a bit of a slog. Quick rampage in from Scarbrand, forcing all these Salamanders to come fight him for a while, which he loves. He loves killing off all these guys, and Minotaurs are going to try to cover up the flank. One Salamander hunting pack is down. The Soul Grinder is fighting the Bastiladon. Solar Engine doesn't stand much of a chance in that duel exactly. Still a lot of Ripperdactyls around. I'm getting mildly concerned here for the Lizardmen. Khorne has penetrated the back line. There's not a lot that can stop Scarbrand's Minos right now. One Mino got pushed up, but it was by the Solar Engines both shooting him the whole game, not, being in melee with these guys. As this Solar Engine's finding out the hard way, he's already lost about half his HP to these cleaving axes. The Ripperdactyls and the Saurus Warriors are coming back to help out a little bit, though. They're doing their best. And there's a Salamander hunting pack in the distance, returning to fire once more as a Soul Grinder runs at them, firing a cannon at their face. I wouldn't last too long. I would run away immediately. Immediately. Something is happening out here. It is an overcast net of Amratok, allowing the Salamanders to get more shots in. It looks like this time they might be shooting at the Minotaurs of Khorne. Another Shem's Burning Gaze up from the light slot as he's just killing off random Marauders with it. Yeah, I can appreciate it. Slow fire damage coming in onto the Minos. There's a lot of infantry left for Khorne to kill, and not a lot of infantry for Khorne to use as supports. These Minotaurs are going to get stranded on top of Saurus Spears for quite a while, as one of the Soul Grinders chases off the Salamander hunting packs easily enough. And Scarbrand's here. Kills 3 Salamanders on the charge, and is going to finish chasing them off. Oh my god, he killed so many. That was a lot of damage. Minos are routing. And Ripperdactyls are able to chase off any of the Marauders they route. So this is quickly becoming yet another Ship's Burning Gaze. Yet another game where can Scarbrand and the Soul Grinder carry? Last time the answer was no. Actually, yes. No, yeah, they did. I forgot that one. I thought they weren't going to, and then Scarbrand, murdered everybody in the blink of an eye. Salamanders are rampage back into their own dooms, but Terror Route should take them away for now as Scarbrand rampages himself for more damage. We'll see if he decides to keep chasing them or just let them come back. But elsewhere, the Lizardmen have cleaned up all the Cornate forces besides the Soul Grinder. Soul Grinder now getting poked down by Shem's Burning Gaze plus Bastiladon Fire. Are both Bastiladons alive, or is just that one? I actually forget where the other one ended up. Oh, he's way up there. Yeah, he's probably toast. I don't expect to see him coming back. Oh, I thought the Sunbeam was going to come in, but never mind. Shooting at Scarbrand now. Salamanders look impressive, but deal so little damage. It's true. They do well versus, Nurgle and demonic units that don't have a lot of armor, but Scarbrand has a ton of armor. Bastiladon's fighting the Soul Grinder again. I wonder if this was the same Bastiladon he was fighting, or if that one died. Whoa! Did anybody else see that? Go flying. I await your chat reactions after the delay. Scarbrand rampaging himself again to fight his way out. Balance of power is heavily in Lizardmen's favor, but we will see. I mean, there is a fraudulent Slann over here. A full health Slann is so much fake balance of power versus Khorne. If Scarbrand kills everything over here, he can kill the Slann no matter what HP he's at. He'll just dumpster that fool. Solar Engine is routing as Salamanders get some free shots in here and there, but another Shem's Burning Gaze into the back of Scarbrand. Lots of damage onto him. Gets another hit onto the Solar Engine. Doesn't actually quite kill it yet. And the Soul Grinder is getting dragged down by the Sora's spears. Fires up uselessly at the Ripperdact Riders. I didn't even see them taking any damage. It might have just been animation thing. Still don't drifted all the way to touch. All the way to Tokyo. That is army losses for the demonic forces. Scarbrand couldn't carry this time. Both finalists just sent me the replay, so I actually have no idea who won. But we'll get there. For Hyseed, Scarbrand and his Mino buddies did okay. Honestly, the Soul Grinder did alright too. Marauders did okay-ish. For Mr. Kash, Saurus Spears proving their worth, actually getting a lot of value. Ripperdactyls did pretty well. Salamanders did fine. The Stilldons did fine. Everybody did fine, you guys. Everybody did fine. Any builds for a Norskin Caster Lord? No, because one doesn't exist. Yeah, no. Yep, no. I'm going to skip this one. I don't want to watch Grand Cathay beat up Corn. I don't want to do it. You can't make me. Malice versus a whole bunch of blue horrors. Maybe. And here's the finale. Airstrikes got his Cathay again. He can't keep getting away with it. How the fuck? Why is everybody letting him play Cathay? Just ban it. Jesus Christ. Alright. This isn't the finals. This is the last game I'll cast before the finals. No. Just fine. Alright, sorry. One of the finalists is yelling at me, so I need to stop. I need to stop everything and answer this. They're not yelling at me, they just have questions. Alright. The damn gun Cathay in my streams. Is multiplayer about the conquest or just ground PvP? Both. Both get played. If you're talking about this stream is just ground PvP. Just land battles. But we've done some content, conquest content in the past. We'll do some more in the future. Okay. Second to last game of the stream before we get to the finals, we have Witch Elves for a frontline for Corvis Glaive, Hargoneth Executioners, Bloodrack Medusa, Malice Darkblade, No Caster, and Coldwell Knights. On the other side for the Tzeentchian forces, Chaos Knights, Tzeentch, Screamers of Tzeentch. We do have a Herald with Blue Fire and Infernal Gateway, a whole bunch of blue horrors for frontline, Exalted Pink Horrors and Pink Horrors on the back line, and Chaos Knights of Tzeentch trying to peel off Harpies as we speak. These are Harpies, not Chaos Furies, so they're a little longer to kill, but still going to kill them pretty easily with those heavy cap. And something horrible just happened to the Witch Elves while I wasn't looking. I was casting the enemy army. Cool Dark Elf build? Yeah. It's a cool Dark Elf build. You'll ban Cathay for sure. There you go. Ban your opponent's mains. That's how we win games. Oh, that is a Dark Rider flank. Muster the Rohirrim, I guess. Those guys coming in clutch. Flying out of the forest to get onto the pink horrors. A little late to save the Witch Elves, unfortunately, so maybe they needed to hit a little bit sooner, as the Dark Elf frontline has been completely eviscerated. Hargoneth Executioner is going to try and go get into range, but with all the Witch Elves already dead, a lot of the oomph of this Dark Elf build is gone. Dark Riders are a solid unit, but they are just a 450 gold cavalry trying to fight hybrid horrors of Tzeentch. It's not going to be a winning formula. We do have Chaos Knights running down these other guys, so it's up to the Hargoneth Executioners and Malice to carry. And oh boy, can the Hargoneth Executioners carry. They are so good. Nothing can stop them. Literally, where are all the blue horrors going? Oh, God! Why is this happening? Who could have seen this coming? When he took Infernal Gateway, there were Arcaneth Executioners. It was only a matter of time, but Jesus Christ! They're all... They just get fucking murdered. Alright. So the Bloodwreck Medusa is doing its best. Malice is over. He's fine. Okay. Malice is going to need to transform into Zarkan at some point soon, so he doesn't get Army Lost, because if he starts to transform after Army Lost hits, he won't do it in time, so there he is. Infernal Gateway jump scare? Yeah. It was a good Infernal Gateway, though. It was a good Infernal Gateway. Dude, Fallen, Nephian, I get it. I don't love fighting Cathay boxes, but for me, the version of what you're talking about for me is, like, Tzeentch kite. I hate getting Tzeentch kited. I just hate it. Like, blue fire spam as slowly as possible while Soul Grinder hits you as slowly as possible. It's just, ugh. It's just, ugh. Anyway, Malice is trying to get in there and carry, but he is slowly withering away, so all these pink horrors are just going to get what damage out they can onto him, because he's going to slowly fade away, so make that timer tick down a little bit faster as you're waiting for him to kill himself off, keep some of your people safe, and you'll be just fine. I think Human Boy might have a little bit of salt left over from all the Dark Elf days. No. You can't stand Changebringers, Hyseed? Exactly. See, Hyseed gets it. Hyseed understands. I don't know why the Herald of Tzeentch is taking the fight to Malice, but I think there might be a little bit of overconfidence coming out from Tzeentch. I mean, not that they're going to lose the game, but just opting into a suboptimal trade. A giant eye of Tzeentch is the last we saw of Malice Darkblade into Zarkan. They were eaten by the Chaos Wastes. Gone forever, and oh fuck, still there. Never mind, still there. You could fast forward. No, I don't think I will. You could just like leave. We know who wins. We know who wins. No, we don't. You don't know. It's all up in the. Oh fuck, he lost. I feel really sorry for the people that don't enjoy my bits, because I feel like the recent streams have been like 60% bits. And there are people that just want cold, hard, tactical analysis of the battles, and that's not what I do. Like, okay, I do that, but I also meme because I'm a shitter. Both finalists sent me this replay. I just saved one of them. I actually don't know who wins. Let's find out. Both of these players went 4-0. Perfect run through the Swiss stage. This is the finals tiebreaker. Let's see who will prevail in this new player tournament. We have Interface something ist, and then 1001 Airstrikes on his Cathay yet again. I will say this build is a little bit different. We have 3 cannons, 5 Iron Hail Gunners. What? Everyone is down here. What? Hi, we're in the finals. Can you give an inspirational word to the people? You have to like come over here because like you're really far away from the mic. There's no camera.
Oh, okay. An inspirational word?
Yeah, they need a speech from Baba.
Oh God.
Everyone, Grace is here. She's here to give you a speech.
You can do it.
You can do it. That was a good speech. Here, I'll set you up with a prompt. Okay. You are a black and white cat with a spot on your nose that's not directly centered. You have a failing bakery. The loan sharks are closing in, and the IRS is here to collect taxes that you haven't paid in 10 years. Go!
You should probably just pack it on in, bud. It's over. That's what I've been telling him for years.
All right. Grace says just quit. That's her version of this.
Pack it on in.
Just pack it on in. All right. Well, I'm gonna cast this final so I can go to bed because I have to go to work at 5 in the morning. Cause
no, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
No, you don't.
Bro, your GPT prompting your what? What's GPT?
I don't know.
Oh.
Chat GPT? Yeah.
Oh. She graces us with her. I do grace you with my presence.
Yeah.
Inspiring. I'm so inspiring.
She's very
These
inspiring.
are all just so flattering.
Well, it's because people love you.
Hazel gives a speech instead.
Yeah.
Hers might be more like tough love, though. I feel like she wouldn't be as filtered.
Hazel's speech would be like, all right, so listen. You give me
all your money.
Give me all your money.
Give me all your real estate.
All your real estate.
Give me all your notebooks.
I will do a better job than you because I'm better than you. All right, I gotta cast this so I can go to bed. So I'm gonna cast this now.
No.
Okay. You can't say no. It's the finals. People want to know who wins the finals. All right. So Grand Cathay, 5 Iron Hail Gunners, 3 Grand Cannons, a Terracotta Sentinel, Jade Warrior front line. There is no back line. There's none. So this is not a box. And then a Yang Caster with Dragon's Breath and Stoneground Stains. Do you know that ogres work into Cathay boxes? Oh, Stonehorns might, yeah. All right, on the other side, for the Tomb Kings, we have a Tomb Scorpion, Cetra the Imperishable on horseback, trying to cause some disruption. We have a Kemrian War Sphinx, then a front line of Tomb Guard, and, the only Tomb Guard is the Kepper Guard. Oh, there are 2 regular Tomb Guard behind him. Some Nekar Warriors, Skeleton Warriors, Melee Ushabti, and 1 Ushabti Greatbow. Thanks, Fallen Nephian. Hope you have a good night. Sorry you stayed up so late. Cannon's currently smacking through some Ushabti. The Ushabti are firing back onto the Terracotta Sentinel, who has already actually taken a good amount of damage. Good old chunk. Can the Tomb Kings get onto those cannons and shut them down? Kemrian War Sphinx hiding in the trees, waiting for the right moment to run up and strike. Doesn't want to take too much free damage while waiting. Speaking of waiting, the Iron Hail Gunners are just lurking, ready to delete some fools that get in front of them. Oh, hey, look, fools that got in front of them. Ushabti already taking a third of their HP. And Cetra is in, trying to stop the Grand Cannons. He has to be a little careful of these Iron Hail Gunners. There goes the Tomb Scorpion as well. And Cetra actually gets a really good explosion off onto these guys. Ushabti also getting himself good route onto the first Iron Hail Gunner, but 2 other ones light up the Tomb Scorpion. And in comes the Kemrian War Sphinx on the far side. Jade Lancer is going to run up and do a bit of disruption, trying to stall the Tomb Scorpion. Nah, they're running over to fight the Kemrian War Sphinx now. So now 3 out of the 5 Iron Hail Gunners have been disrupted, as this Tomb Scorpion survives long enough to at least stop these guys. But the Kemrian War Sphinx on the way in gets lit up, loses 2/3, 3/4 of its HP, as it stops another Iron Hail Gunner. There's still 1 Iron Hail uncontested. All 3 cannons still firing away at the Ushabti Greatbows. Actually, 1 did get pushed back, as a regular melee Ushabti, not the summon, got through to it. And the Kemrian War Sphinx doing really good at disruption. Nice job not staying in one place for too long and really trying to maximize the amount of disruption you can get done. You have to be a little careful as this Iron Hail Gunner is trying to reform ranks. If it turns and fires at that Kemrian War Sphinx will die super fast as the Ushabti are getting through the Grand Cannons. Nice and quick. They are going to fire somewhat. They're occasionally obstructed, occasionally not. Stoneground Stance giving a ton of mass to these Jade Lancers, making it very hard for the Kemrian War Sphinx to move. But the Tomb Scorpion and Ushabti are coming over to save the big kitty cat and keep him alive, disrupting the last Iron Hail Gunner as best they can. But the Kemrian War Sphinx takes a big old burst as the Iron Hail Gunners do their job despite the attack of Cetra and his minions. Now, there's not a lot of stuff running off the Cathay forces, so some of the Iron Hails are rallying, but a quick terror route takes out that last one, and the last cannon is gone. So the Grand Cathay forces are disrupted, but they aren't defeated just yet. Tomb Kings are actually up on the balance of power, which is not what I would have expected considering how much damage the single entities took on the way in here. Tomb Scorpion's getting beat up on by the Shogun Lord of Yang, and the Grand Cathay Terracotta Sentinel Warrior is coming over to get his revenge. But the Kemrian War Sphinx for now is disrupting the front line, causing terror along these Jade Warriors and pushing them off. And the Jade Warriors don't have Harmony right now. So they actually don't have any stat buffs of any kind. Tomb Scorpion manages to rally. Khemrian War Sphinx is also holding on as this Terracotta Sentinel is trying to run down Cetra the Imperishable. Cetra is busy trying to make sure that any ranged units that route stay routing. Speaking of routing and staying routing, some of the Iron Hill Gunners are realizing they need to come back to the fray. Cannons have also rallied, but I'm not sure what they can even do as their mounts are very, very compromised. How do you measure the amount of units allowed per match, or does it not matter? You need to have a certain threshold. You need to have more than 400, but after that, you can have as many as you want. Yeah, Inkar's got it. Inkar's got it. Anyway, sorry, I got distracted by chat for a second. So, nice job chasing down the Grand Cathay units that you peeled off. This Tomb Scorpion's trying to do the save, but he'll get rear charged by Jade Lancers, so he should get taken out. These Tomb Guard are going to finish off the Iron Hill Gunners. And this is great. When you're peeling apart a box or a defensive formation, you do need to run down the stuff that routes, so it can't just shoot you in the back. The melee infantry of the box will still be there when you come back. It's not like they're going anywhere, so just finish off all the ranged units that matter. Meanwhile, the Ushapti Grapos actually managed to withstand all that cannon fire and are still offering a little bit of poke onto the Terracotta Sentinel here and there. Yeah. Jade Lancers doing their best to try and rally the Iron Hail Gunners, but it is not going to work. And I think the Tomb Kings might have just broken the Grand Cathay box, you guys. I'm having a hard time seeing how Cathay would win this. As the Ushapti are going to use all their ammo on the Terracotta Sentinel, and then Cetra's unopposed. One Jade Warrior, not with halberds, just a regular Jade Warrior and a Yang Lord. Can't, like, kill Cetra. This is a bad map for boxes. Trees make you suffer. True! Cetra's actually going to opt in and just try and take matters into his own hands, kill off the Terracotta Sentinel even faster. Blessed Blade of Petra is out to lower that guy. I think if he hits him, doesn't he lower him down to like 18 melee defense? Or is it more than that? Oh wow, he lowers him down to 6 melee defense just as the Ushapti summon of the Tomb King's army passive comes up. Surrounds the Terracotta Sentinel. And 1001's airstrike, 1001 airstrikes. Grand Cathay was a menace in the Swiss stage, but it looks like Quirky Cat was able to defeat it in the finals at last. Someone had to bring an end to the reign of terror. As Terracotta Sentinel falls. Wow, that was actually really good timing on the game end there. The Terracotta Sentinel hit the ground and immediately game over. Fallen, if you're still awake, you were avenged. And Quirky Cat is our tournament winner. With a solid run of a lot of different factions. Nice job, Quirky. I mean, you cheated, but whatever. It's fine. You cheated, but that's okay. Because, you know, it's fine. But you did cheat. Nobody beats my boy 1001 airstrikes and gets away with it. This is bullshit. This is garbage. Alright, I gotta go to bed. Good stream, everybody. Nice, crisp 2 hours. Lots of games, lots of fun games. It was good times. Terracottas just suck. It's true. That's true. I hate terracottas. I think they're garbage. Sorry for the abrupt ending. I don't know how to end it at this point, but it is bedtime for old Hummus Rat, so I'm going to go to bed. I'm going to sleep it off. I think I'll have a stream Sunday. I think. I don't think I have anything going on Sunday, so I'll probably just stream some Vermin League games or something. Some shit. If you're out there and you're looking for more intensive content, September we do have Vermin League playoffs, so we'll have some more super sweaty try-hard tournaments soon here. Let's see if anyone's streaming at the moment. I should be shipping you shipping you to, and then I'll end the stream. Warhammer 3 live. Frederico. Thrones of Decay, Cap 9. I don't know who this person is, but if they have their rating on, I'm going to raid them. If they don't have their rating on, then I'm not going to raid anybody. Where's Legend of Total War so I can raid him again? Show him my power. Alright, let's go. Raid this guy, say hello. Goodbye. Show us cat. No!
I'm a licensed dermatology provider from